Constant apologies from the victim, even when it is not their fault. The manipulator achieves submission by waiting for calmness until the victim gives in. Laura apologizes, looking at the floor. Mark is calm. But only one of them is destroyed. Scene 1. I said sorry, so he'd stop. Interior, bedroom, night. Laura stands by the door. Her face is tense. She is not guilty, but she says what Mark was waiting for.
Mark, I'm sorry.
See? That's all I needed.
I wasn't sorry for what I said. I was sorry that I ever tried to speak.
What am I doing? I don't need her to mean it. I just need her to say it. Sorry. That word makes everything mine again. The room calms. Her voice softens. The fight is over. Because I won. I don't scream. I wait. I shut down. I make the silence unbearable. And when she finally gives in, reluctantly, I'm sorry for how I said it. I didn't mean to hurt you. Maybe I overreacted. I forgive her, generously. Like I'm the calm one, the reasonable one, the bigger person. And the best part? Now she doubts her own anger. Now she's scared to bring things up again. Now she watches her tone. All it takes is one word. Sorry. But she says it to survive. I hear it as surrender.
What I feel. I said sorry just to end the fight, not because I meant it, not because I was wrong, but because I couldn't breathe anymore. He stood there, calm, cold, patient, waiting. And the longer I resisted, the more the air in the room disappeared. I knew what he wanted. He didn't need me to understand his feelings. He just needed me to abandon mine. So I gave in. I'm sorry. And instantly, he smiled, relaxed, like it had all been a test I'd finally passed. But inside, I felt like I'd apologized for having a voice, for speaking up, for existing with needs. And each time I said sorry when I wasn't, I lost a little piece of myself. Why it works? Because I thought apologizing would keep the peace, that if I gave a little, he'd meet me halfway, but he never did. He just waited, until I broke first. And every time I said I'm sorry, even when I wasn't, it trained him. But more than that, it trained me to stay quiet, to back down, to swallow my truth in exchange for his calm. And it worked because I believed that being loved meant being agreeable, that harmony was more important than honesty, that it was better to be nice than to be right. No one taught me that, but somehow I learned it. And he used it. He didn't need to yell, he just had to wait, and I would fold, again. What should have been done? I should have stopped apologizing for things that weren't wrong, for being hurt, for speaking up, for needing more than just silence and tension and walking on eggshells. I should have asked myself, why am I always the one saying sorry? Who gets to feel safe in this relationship? And who keeps sacrificing to make it so? I should have realized that peace built on my silence isn't peace at all. It's a performance, one I never auditioned for, but kept getting cast in anyway. If I could go back, I'd tell myself, you have the right to be heard, even if it's messy. You have the right to be upset, even if it makes him uncomfortable. You don't owe calmness to someone who causes chaos. I had the right to be fully myself, even if it made him angry, even if it meant conflict, even if it meant he left. Because that's the thing. If the only way to keep someone is to betray yourself, you've already lost. Emotional ending. He waited. Again. Same silence. Same stare. I felt it rising in me, that old reflex, the urge to say, I'm sorry, to fix the moment, to restore the balance. But this time, I didn't. I looked at him, at the calm mask he wears when he knows he's won, at the man who built his power on my self-erasure. And I whispered, not angry, not loud, just honest. No, I'm not sorry. Not this time. He blinked. Like he didn't understand. Like the spell had glitched. And I felt it. In my chest. Not fear, not guilt, just space. Room for my voice, for my truth, for me. No apology, no retreat, just me, still standing.